Hello, this is CrazyMan7777. I wanted to get straight to the point here. We have the M4A3E8 Sherman now, which is a newly added thing. We have uh, seven or eight tanks that have been added now. And I'm just going to talk about this before I do my Churchill 7 strategy talk here. So they are different, and there's also the M4A2E4 and the E2. There's the E2, the E8, and the E4 now. And now we have the cruisers 1, 2, 3, and 4, as well as the Covenator, the cruiser, and the Valentine. Now, I do dearly hope that we actually get the other part of the Crusader or the Covenator or whatever you want to call it line. And I'll just show you the Cruiser 3 and the Cruiser 2. Most of the cruisers look exactly the same, so those are pretty much it. And just skipping ahead here, we are going to do the Churchill 7. A couple of things about the Churchill 7 to note. The major weak spot on Churchill is obviously is always the back, but there is actually a square spot on the rectangular spot on the front that you need to remember is there. It's completely flat armor. And also, you need to always keep yourself in the kind of invincible, the so-called invincible angle. So, just like the Tiger, because you'll bounce off a lot more. This is a pretty good game that shows some good strategy, and it's not too long, so that's great. So, as you can see here, I'm already angling my armor before I kind of even go anywhere. So, I just don't want anyone to be shooting within the weak spot plate of the Churchill, which once again, like I said, there's that weird box spot that's on the Churchill 1, the Churchill 7, and the Churchill 3, and the Black Prince. That is the weak point. Most of the time, I do actually protect it, but when you're going forward, it's kind of hard to. Another thing to remember is that the aim time is pretty good on this, and the aiming is also pretty good on the Churchill 7. So while you're moving, most of the time you can shoot with high accuracy, although since it is a British tank and it uses arc fire rather than more direct fire, it is kind of hard to hit people in specific spots. Like if you're trying to hit a cupola or something, half the time it won't hit. And you'll see here that I actually do a lot of damage on singular shots, which is awesome. And also maybe some artillery just shot that guy. As you can see there, I got tracked. Like I said before, you get tracked pretty easily. But your gun is really good. Another couple things to note is that the sides of the Churchill 7 have really good armor, as well as the turret. So if you want to do the hunker down spot, which is kind of hard with the Churchill because its body is so big, where the enemy can only see your turret, that will totally work. That has been done to me a couple times in these videos by our Churchill 7. If you guys remember way back when I was doing the Tiger. Sorry, not way back, like a week ago, I was doing the Tiger. And I will be doing the Tiger too. So, continuing my strategy guide, one thing that you do need to know is that moving towards... You always have to be moving, basically. Since if you actually get spotted by artillery, you're kind of screwed because you can be tracked so easily. So I would also keep a repair kit around. Usually I'm pretty lucky though, and I don't get that. Also, in the Xbox version, there aren't nearly as many artillery units as there are in the computer. And as you guys might have noticed right there, after I saw that guy got that VK 360 killed, I decided to go around the hill. The Churchill, most of the British tanks actually are really bad on hills. So it's really hard, and the gun depression does not allow you to look down very far. So being on a hill is an entire disadvantage for you. So, like I said, you have to go around the hill, otherwise you'll be shot in your weak spots, because it'll just, basically the tank is so straight-ish, and suspension is in a way where once you're coming over the top of the hill, the enemy can just shoot you in your most vulnerable spot, which is the bottom. And when you're coming down the hill, you can be shot on the top of the turret, and the top of your turret is also really vulnerable. As you can see here, all these bullets are just bouncing straight off from me, and that is the power of the angling your armor. So like I said, you want to stay on flat terrain and only ever go on a hill if it's a hill that's either really short, which I still don't suggest, because, you know, basically if you just move a little bit up, your gun depression on the Churchill 7 makes it so that you can't aim at all. You can't even hit anything, which sucks. And basically, you want to try, if there's a hill and it's a really big hill, like for example on Malinovka, there's a lot of hills that are really long. You can basically, if there's a hill that you can treat as a really long, as a slanted flat spot, then it will work. You know, if you're kind of in the same angles that you would normally be in, then the really flat hill will work. But in hills like I'm going over right now, it's really not that great, because as you guys could see there, my front went up a lot, and it takes a while to go back down. So especially if you're moving forward, your front weak spot will be completely shown during the entire time that you're going up the hill. And that doesn't really work in a vehicle that only goes 25 to 35 miles an hour. So, those are my strategies on the Churchill 7. And as promised, a video without any lag. And I will see you guys on my review on Saturday.